First time we've talked since the Roy Griak team, 9th out of 30, top in the top third of the field there, just 5 spots behind the closest GLIAC competition, 2 top 50 finishers. Your thoughts on the team's performance overall?
Yeah, I mean, it was a respectable finish, solid finish for the kind of the young team that we have. We need to work on some pacing. We talked about it, we worked on it, but they got the excitement of that race. And even though I talked about that, how it goes out so fast, at about 500 meters, my freshman was leading the race by 20 meters, which, we talked about not doing that, but, it's good that in a couple of years she'll be able to do that and stay out there. But then a little bit fast, so it ended up, slowing down. And actually, my other sophomore, Lauren, was like in 3rd place, and Madison was in 6th place at 500 meters. And that's where you can kind of make a good mistake in the beginning of a cross-country race, because you really spike your lactate, and then the whole rest of the race you're kind of trying to recover. And so they slowly fell back. So I think it wasn't like completely, didn't completely show what we can do, I think. Which is okay, because it's a learning experience, and it was a learning. It's early still in the year, and now we have some races ahead to really keep working on that and move forward. So
you talk about getting some learning experiences early in the year. You've raced against now Ferris, Tech, and Lake State, all within the conference. Heading into the month of October now, do you feel like you've seen enough from enough of the other teams in the conference to kind of get a sense of where the Cats are at, and as it's relevant to the rest of the GLIAC around them?
Yeah, I think so. And this weekend we will be going against, we're down at UW Parkside, so they'll be there. And also Wayne State will be at this one too. So we'll get a chance to see, where they're at. But yeah, I'm getting a sense, and just from looking at all the other results and stuff, I kind of, know where we are, but also where we could be, I think, if we keep working and putting it together. And we're doing some really good training. We had some really good training session this last weekend, and today we're doing some 1K repeats, so it's going to be, we're kind of getting ready for this next race. So yeah, I see we have the opportunity, I think, the ability to be, in the top 3, 4 for sure, and just doing the right things and putting it all together, at the right time is going to be see what we can do, which I know we can do it. So we have some races to keep practicing.
So that starts, like you said, this weekend down at UW Parkside. Talk to us a little bit about the course that they have down there.
Yeah, that's a great course, and I've gone there, a couple years I didn't, but 20-some years I've been there. And they've hosted conference, regionals. They have hosted also D3 nationals. So it's like a specific cross-country course, which there's very few in the entire country that are just made for cross-country. So it's the first kilometer and a half or so is a huge wide green grass gradual uphill, so you also have to be careful there, but then it narrows down, and it's a little bit like a ski trail. So it's like a 2-track kind of through the woods, winds, rolls. It's a fairly tough course, not as tough as the Roy Griak, even though that's a golf course. That's a really hilly one. This one's rolling hills, and it does have some gravel spots, so it's pretty good footing the entire course. And then it finishes on a downhill and a flat straightaway. So it's a fun course to run as a runner. And I think this race won't be as big as the Roy Griak had almost 400 athletes. This will be probably more like 100 to 200, 150 to 200. So it'll be a little more reasonable as far as being able to see who's there and look around and see how big the race is and see who's running, versus that other one was just like a huge stampede with and I think they just got scared, they got swallowed up, they got too far ahead. And so this will be good. And this will be a little bit more like the size of, say, our conference, and a little smaller than regionals, but similar. And regionals will be at this same course. So it's also a chance for us to practice that course, see that course, and be ready for some, month ahead.
So with that in mind, you mentioned the difference in just volume of competitors from this meet to the last. Do you feel like having gotten that experience in the big meet, with, like you said, it's practically a stampede of competitors, you feel like that will help the team kind of work out some of those jitters that they have and settle in and be perhaps more I don't know if responsible with their stamina is the right word, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure, and that is, and one reason to go to that GRIAC. I mean, it's a great race and great to do well. Years ago, we won it 3 years in a row. We're the only D2 team to have won it 3 years in a row, but that's a little while back. But they still have a little poster of our team that we won it 3 years. But yeah, doing that is really, that big race is kind of that experience to be like, whoa, and now they can, that a smaller race, like you said, they really can, narrow down and really see their competitors and look around and kind of know what they need to do to be in the right spot at the right time and not go out too fast, not go out too slow. It just really gives them the chance to learn again, but they really learned in that big one to like that they need to change it a little bit to make it their best, to have their best race.